A flock of seagulls. No, not the band. Real seagulls hampered weather radar today in Minneapolis. The National Weather Service said it was curious about what lit up the radar screen since the weather was sunny and clear. That disturbance turned out to be seagulls flying across Lake Superior. There were only a few birds, but because of the way radar works, the seagulls showed up as large hailstorms.
Jeez. That reminds me, we were talking about the ladybugs last week.
Right.
It was, I'm going to get the math wrong. It was 80 miles by 80 miles.
Whoa, it was huge. I love the song, though. I'm thinking Flock of Seagulls,
See,
the
that's
big
how you
hair,
got
the
it.
There you
80s.
go, the big
I was
hair.
dancing around. That was awesome. That
I
was
can totally
incredible.
see you with that haircut,
Right,
yes.
right. Radar's amazing.
Okay, we're getting ready for the heat
You
tomorrow,
ready?
Craig.
Okay, here we go. Tomorrow's the hottest day, and then we'll cool down after that. I say hottest day because I feel like it's hot. Maybe you think it's warm, maybe you think it's hot. But boy, a lot of people don't have air conditioning. You have to think of the pets, the elderly, maybe those who are sensitive to the heat. Look at this great shot, Long Beach. Yeah, boy, beautiful sunset, and this is another great shot as we look right across Elliott Bay as the sun was going down. Sunrise tomorrow 5:12, sunset at 9:06. At 5:12 tomorrow morning, many locations will be starting the day in the upper 50s to near 60. That's where we will start the day. At this hour, we're sitting close to 80 degrees in many spots, so we're only going to cool about 15 to 20 degrees. Not the best for sleeping weather, as you know. And by the way, the pollen count is low for trees, high for grass, and very high for weeds. Of course, that sunshine making a lot of things grow, blossom. Now, highs today, 92 in Shelton, 87 in Seattle, SeaTac, which is a brand new record. Forks 91, which is also a record high. Take a look at the West Coast. Portland 97, San Francisco 2 days in a row, either 97, 98, or 100, depending on the city or the airport. Boy, this heat really gripping the West Coast. They still have some excessive heat warnings in the purple through 11 p.m. this evening. The orange you see across Oregon and Northern California are heat advisories. High pressure, yeah, that's in control of our weather. I really want to point this out. Look at this little disturbance heading up to the north. That will give us some high thin clouds tomorrow. We should still have just enough time, enough winds to dry us out and give us some 90s tomorrow. So around that high pressure, the winds are coming in out of the north and northeast. They come down the Cascade Range, compress, heat up. We'll see lots of 80s and some 90s. Along the coast, the sea breeze will pick up during the afternoon. For the morning hours, it's offshore. The afternoon picks up, so we see lots of 80s there tomorrow as opposed to the 90s that we had today. Here's the UW high resolution model, forecast model for the wind. 7 o'clock, there are the offshore winds. By 12 o'clock, notice it's starting to switch along the coast, but everywhere else we still have that offshore breeze, at least until the evening hours. As we go into Thursday, that onshore picks up and it will help to cool us off a little bit. Here's your 7-day forecast. We'll stay above average for the remainder of the week ahead. 89 tomorrow, 80 on Thursday. Friday, we'll see some morning clouds, 74. We'll stay dry through the weekend. And then Greg and Lori, as we go into Monday and Tuesday, another disturbance will move to the north and give us a chance for a few spotty showers as we go into Monday and Tuesday.
Wow.